I think when we talk about culture and building a strong culture, I don't think any leader would say that they don't want a strong culture. Everybody's obviously going to say they do. But people I've talked to don't necessarily have a plan. When they say, yeah, we have a strong culture here, well, what does that actually mean? So when you talk about culture, EllisDon, building a place where people want to stay, empowering employees to achieve their full potential, like what does that mean to you? Break that down.
What you have to do first is define the culture so that it's clear and people can hopefully repeat it. So our culture, which we've stated very clearly that the purpose of EllisDon is to help people have great careers and to help them help others have great careers. Our purpose is nothing more glorified or more technical than that. And then you have to break, well, what does that mean? Well, here's what it means. It means 4 or 5 things. It means we trust you. It means we'll give you all the tools and all the information. We call it complete openness. We tell everybody everything about the company. But then we say, listen, if we trust you and if we give you everything we possibly can, then you've got to be accountable. You don't have to rewrite all the time. You don't have to be accountable to your boss, although you do. We all have a boss. But be accountable to the person beside you. Then you'll be just fine. We want you to be entrepreneurial, which means we want you to think. We want to use your brain, not have you following some process. So anyway, in terms of our culture, you set out, here's the goal, or here's the purpose of the company. Here are the key elements of that culture. And then the thing is, for us anyway, we just had to drive it and drive it and drive it. We had to repeat it. It took me at least, I thought, well, I'll go announce this is like 25 years ago. I'll go say to everybody what this new culture is that we're trying to instill. And after I make one brilliant speech, they'll get it. Yeah, well, guess what? They don't get it because they weren't listening and they weren't buying it when you said it anyway. But if you just keep at it and you write it down and you put it everywhere, including on your website, including on the walls, including in the foyer when they come in, and you make it clear to people that if you're on side with this culture, just great. We want you to stay. But if you're offside with this culture, you should go because we're going to ask you to leave. Mm-hmm. So we've had people who've made great money for EllisDon on our projects. Not very many, but a couple. And we've said, dude, you got to go because you're a jerk. You're just not a nice person. So you got to go. So when people see that, when they say, well, there's a guy that was making a lot of money or was, by a lot of normal standards, very successful, who just got fired, they go, I guess these values matter. I better pay attention. So we call them moments of truth. Something happens that's against the culture. You stop everything right there and say, no, until we fix it. So that's how you do it. And it's a never ending battle. We say strategy changes. We say the business model may change. Digital may disrupt everything. The values never change. Mm-hmm. And it has to come from the top. And I know that Kieran Ha, who's now the CEO, has this right in his heart and in his stomach and in his brain. He's got it everywhere. Yeah. So I know it won't be compromised.
Yeah. Well, it's important for sure to have it from the top down. I've seen different mission statements, vision statements, core values, but it's really, if you don't demonstrate them day in, day out, and the people in place to reflect that, it's meaningless, right? Because people will detect a misalignment. They'll be like, yeah, the wall says that, but John's acting this way. And it creates a bit of friction.
So I'll just add one thing. At EllisDon, if you look around, people come, including directors, boards, people on our board, they say, well, where's your mission statement? Well, we don't have. Well, where's your vision statement? No, we don't have one of those either. Well, why not? Well, the reason is, when I was the leader anyway, I can never figure out exactly where we're going because our mission is to do this or our mission is to go there. Well, the world changes too fast. Mm-hmm. And yesterday we were going there, but today we may be going somewhere else. We're going to be entrepreneurial. I could never find one that worked. They're either way too narrow so that they were limiting or they were too broad, in which case they were meaningless. But so we don't know where we're going. And what we say is, what I used to say all the time is, I don't really care where we're going, but I care a whole lot, uncompromisingly so, about how we get there and about who we're going down that road with. And if we do those two things right, well, who cares where we end up? We'll end up at a good place.
Right.
That's it.
More about the journey, not the destination.
I know it's been said a million times, but it happens to be true. When you get to the end of your career, I'm at the end of my career. Trust me on this. I don't think about the things I did or the buildings we built. I think a whole lot about the memories of the people that I spent my career with.